Hi, so I'm Dr. Mary Kay Keller, Program Chair of Applied Family Sciences, and this is a quick little video to show you some shortcuts to being able to find your research articles on your topic as you craft your maybe your focus area and or just for a research paper. So these should be very helpful to you. I hope you'll learn a lot from them. One of the first things I want to point you to is toward the library guides. So we now have library guides developed for each one of our courses. I'm just using this one for an example because I'm currently teaching this course, but this applies to any of the courses you're taking, and it will be especially helpful during your practical. So the first thing we're going to take a look at in here is like your course resources and so on and so forth, and really peruse each one of them and get to know them. Everything in here about writing requirements. We've already had discussions about plagiarism. I think I'm going to make another video on that one. First of all, your find articles. So in Applied Family Sciences, we are approved as a program, a Master's of Science program, by the National Council on Family Relations. Let me bring them up real quick. That was something I forgot, but it's easy enough to bring up. And I want to do one other one. I just realized I want to add that into as well. So the National Council on Family Relations has publications. As you also can see, they have scholarly journals, discussion groups. I mean, this just really ramps up your entire program. There's certification here. When you get ready to certify, there's a program guide where you can find programs. There's your job center where they post job openings of all types. They're not necessarily just university teaching jobs. I see a lot of master degree positions in there too. And then you can get on their listserv if you haven't already taken advantage of the student discount, which is quite a big discount, very affordable. I would suggest going in here and putting your email address and getting on their weekly updates, because they do also talk about research that has been recently published by their members. So you've got the National Council on Family Relations, and then through that site, because I'm a member, I have access to these journals, but it's a lot easier to get to them from here. So the library guide has each one of their 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 journals in which you should be able to find your topic matter. And get library. Okay, so I'm going to go here too because we're going to talk about this in a second. So these are free accounts, ResearchGate, which is researchgate.net. Like for instance, I was in here earlier today looking for research on a new article that I've been working on for a little while. I wanted to update some of my resources in there and make sure I had the latest information. So I'm looking at maternal gatekeeping. So I'm going to show you how cool this is, because you can actually put a folder in here once you sign up. And let me scroll all the way down because I can't remember where it was at. So say I wanted to, first of all, if I like this, yeah, I do like that. Okay, so, and then I'm going to request the full text. So see what happens here? So what project is this article useful for? I've already put several projects in underneath my profile in here, so I'm going to put it under the implications of fathering research for family life educators. And so I have just requested from somebody who has already published an article on all of my, on that particular subject matter, and everything will go in here under this project log. And then when they send it to me, I will be alerted and I will know that they have granted my request and are sending me the full article. They don't charge for this, and you shouldn't have to pay for this ever. What you can also do is, if you don't want to wait for the article, see, you can have all of their information, who did it, so on and so forth. So you can also go over to Iliad and put in as much information as you possibly can, and the Wilmington University Library will grab that article for you. The other great thing about ResearchGate is you can follow people. You saw me hit the following right here. So people, like for instance, actually know Dr. Kay Paisley. She was the program chair at Florida State University in the Department of Family and Child Sciences, and so I'm following her. Even though she's retired, she's still publishing with people, so I want to make sure that I follow her and get updates on a regular basis. You can follow. You'd be surprised how many professors from Wilmington University are probably also in here too, so if someone has a particular interest in your area, feel free to follow them. It's not like social media, you know, it's not like a bunch of kudos. It's a professional site for people looking for research articles. Now, another one is Academia EDU, which I also follow, and I have people tagged in here. I was amazed. You can find some of your theorists out of your book in here. It's just been a really great space to be able to go in there and find research articles, and you can do a search up here. You can also put your own profile in there, and then it will have like alerts. Like I put specific alerts in there for different topics that I would like to be contacted for when somebody publishes on them. The third thing that you can do is you can create a Google Scholar account, and it is totally free. Scholar metrics released. Okay, so for instance, I'm already automatically, when I log into Google, I'm logged in. So here's my library. I have put out there, these are my labels. Let me go back and show you the first step. I kind of skipped that. There's my profile, and then I've got my own journal article up there. That's why I'm kind of like looking for. So here, see this? When you click over here, see what I did? I clicked on this menu item. So you got your profile. The alerts is what you're going to be the most interested in. So I have specific topics that I have put in here that I would like to do research on and or write articles on. And so those come, actually those I have sent to my personal email. But you can do your WilmU library or your WilmU account, and then later on, once you graduate, you can actually change it and keep it for yourself. So it's not a big deal. You just go into settings. So those are a couple of places already. Same thing happens here. If you can't get access to the actual copy, it's just as easy to go in here to Iliad. I find it usually takes, I'm not sure about Wilmington University, this is the first time I've tried it here. I usually got a response at Florida State within 2 to 3 days. So like I said, you know, it's not something you want to leave till the last minute. If I were taking these courses, this is what I did. I did this all through my undergraduate 4 years through my master's in public administration, and during the well, it took me 13 years part-time to get my doctorate, but each time I entered a new course, I would look to see what materials I need, start kind of like brainstorming what topics I wanted to work on, and then this is the kind of stuff that you can do ahead of time, like the first week of the semester, or the block. If you have a topic, you should be going in there and pulling up articles and requesting them immediately. Even if you're not going to use them for a couple of weeks, it's always good to kind of peruse your articles and get very familiar with them, so that it's kind of like you're simmering them. So you're cooking and you get the spices out and you put them in the bottom of the, say you're frying. So heat up the oil, you throw the spices in. There's a process for doing this. And I'm trying to share with you a possible process that would be successful for you. So you start the very first week, just really peruse those articles once you receive them, because as you're writing, once you've already read them and you've become familiar with them, something will click in your head and you'll think, oh, this would be the perfect spot to cite that particular article and put that in here. So I hope this has helped you. I looked at my notes just to make sure I'd covered everything, and I'm going to end this video. I really hope that you make good use of this, and then it makes your experience here at WilmU just better than better. Thanks.